Hello. So good to see you. It must be Sunday when I say, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center. Now, something interesting happened today. As I woke up, I had this slogan running through my head saying, all the news that's fit to print. That's strange. A strange thing that just comes out of the ethers. And of course, it's a slogan of the New York Times newspaper. Yeah. Now, we at the Advancement Center say, welcome to the world of magic and miracles. That does not fit in any slogan on any masthead read today and in the trash tomorrow. So that's what got me started today. The backstory of the Advancement Center and its origin is overwhelmingly beautiful, inspiring, and thrilling. And my story is marvelously intertwined within it. I'm going to share it with you today. It's been shared before, but today is the day to share it again. There was a fatal accident on the road from Sydney to Newcastle, and you all recognize that as Australia, right? It was a head-on collision with a postal truck with no survivors, and a miracle occurred. Here is the miracle. The heavens opened and sent the Robert Young that you know, and the one I married in 2010, 2 decades later. And in that time, miracle after miracle occurred as magic happened when wherever Robert Young ventured, building ships for the Navy with electronics, everything in between, building railroads that are running this day. That's the Robert Young that you know. You've heard the expression of moving heaven and earth. I just wrote this morning and I can't even read my own handwriting. Oh, that's a question mark. Well, the events that had to occur for us to meet were miraculous, incredible, hard to believe, and yet I am here bearing witness because it really and truly happened in this life that I experienced. I know there are 3 books there, but memoirs just doesn't do it. You have to hear the story. You have to feel what actually happened. I was living in Connecticut. No, I'm going to go back further. I was living in Long Island in 1986 at the time of that accident. And I felt a stirring. I felt something happen. I couldn't even explain it. All I know is the next thing I was experiencing was moving to another state, Connecticut, from New York. It was an amazing time where time had nothing to do with you. You were carried. Yeah. And then, as I was living in Connecticut, I magically found myself in a workshop in Florida. When the next segment of that workshop was to take place in Australia, I said, were they crazy? I couldn't even entertain that. That's ridiculous. And I went on and on and on and on until I found someone else attending that workshop who looked like a little milquetoast. And she was with her brother, who announced proudly that she was going to Australia. And I said, she's going to Australia? If she's going, I'm going. And that was it. My life changed at that very moment. Well, the long story short was I was on a plane to Sydney in 2000. I can't remember. That was 2009. Right. An adventure. I sat at the airport ready to board the plane, and I thought I'd better call my son. And I was preparing myself for him to say, "Are you nuts, Mom? What are you doing?" Instead, he said, "I wish there were room in your suitcase so I could go with you." The heavens and the earth and my son were all pointing me in a direction of my future. So I'm going to jump a little bit. The meeting was amazing. The coincidences were prearranged by heaven. The recognition was instant. And the following year, my eldest son was marrying us in Brooklyn, New York. And then there was a whole series of interviews and immigration and all amazingly wonderful. So now I'm telling you a little bit about the birth of the Advancement Center. There is no beginning because it was all heaven sent and meant for you to be able to listen to every word spoken from hearts. Well, we lived in Newcastle, and in 2012, I said, Robert, you're not appreciated enough here. I think we should go to the United States. In fact, it became very evident and obvious why I was there to be able to bring Robert Young here. And with Robert came his vision of the Advancement Center. And there's the origin of who you tune into every week. Now, David, so Robert started to speak, and it was communicated on the network, I guess, yeah, on YouTube in 2014, because we arrived in 2012, 2014. As a matter of fact, we were all set to start, and a week before, Robert felt, he said, I don't think they're prepared. I don't think they're ready. But the following week, he gave the inaugural broadcast. And David arrived on 2017. Genya had been visiting us since 2011, and Adrian was our most recent and wonderful member. So I just felt that the Advancement Center has become a weekly treasure for so many people all over the world. I wanted you to know how it all began. It's been my joy, my miracle, and yet it all feels so natural. So when we say welcome to the world of magic and miracles, that's exactly what it is, how it began, and how it will continue. So before I leave you, I have my wonderful art workshop on Monday evenings, and I wanted to show you what happened this past Monday. So and these are the Mohar, the cliffs of Mohar. It's not fitting, is it? The cliffs of Mohar in Ireland. Yeah. And I especially get excited every time I get to do a submerged object and it looks submerged. Now I want to thank you for this opportunity to visit the most beautiful story ever told. And it's all true, as is my wish for you is a perfect life with perfect health and an amazing future filled with magic and miracles. Thank you for watching. I am Barbara.